Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrow. This is DexTrader.com, and today is August 20th, 2018, and this is Trading with Max. Okay, everybody, let's get down to the brass tacks of it all. I'm a pretty busy guy. I mean, I have Dex Trader, Dex Signals, Dex Indicators. I own a couple of other companies and other things that I do. I teach karate at night. I also have some things that I do called a family. So I want to kind of stress that my system is good for anybody at any level that you want to be at. So if you want to go and do this all day long, that's completely up to you. But be prepared that there's a different result for those that do it all day than those that only do it minimally, okay? Your success rate might be higher or lower. Who knows? It all depends on how disciplined you are, right? Remember, the patience and discipline thing, okay? Now, I know when I trade, I usually come down between 8 and 9 o'clock at night, in the morning, depending on if there's news or not. How do you find out if there's news? Go to the economic calendar, go to right-click to open a new window, and open this up and see if there's any news going on. If there is news going on in your time frame, avoid it like the plague, okay? If there's no news going on and you got a good hour and a half to 2 hours, I want you to sit down and you follow this process. You come on board and you look for what we call the trend, right? That's the first part of the flow. Flow, trend. That's all you're looking for. Is it up or is it down, okay? That's all you're looking for, either way. Now, what does a trend make? Simple. Here's what a trend makes. Higher highs is an uptrend. Higher lows is an uptrend. Lower highs is a downtrend. Lower lows is a downtrend. Now, sometimes you might get something that looks like this, okay? And signals are coming out and you got an up, you got an up, you got an up, everything's looking great, and all of a sudden you got a down, okay? And look what happens on this down. This down breaks the flow of this trend that was heading up, okay? So when this comes out, do you get in? Is this a good trade? The answer is no. It's not a good trade. Why? Because it broke that series. So don't get in. Wait for it to reestablish trend, even if this takes an hour or even 2 hours. There's a whole bunch of opportunities in there. You'll still get another opportunity, some, because it always goes back into trend or uptrend or downtrend. So there's only 3 levels of trending, okay? There's an up, there's a down, and there's consolidation, okay? Someplace in between. And in consolidation, usually you get double tops and double bottoms, you get some work throughs, but you got to know how to read these support and resistance areas. Once you get those areas confirmed, boom, you're on. Now, say in something like here on this Audi USD, okay? We quickly had an uptrend establishing itself pretty good, and then we had this little pullback area, because remember, this is the last area of up, okay? And it sort of broke a little bit, right? But did it really? I don't know if you can kind of see into this little area right here. Did the downtrend actually, or the uptrend actually break from this point? Well, not at here, okay? So if we would have got an up arrow right around in here, I would have still taken this as an uptrend, right? Because here's where that one base is. It didn't break this major base here yet, right? It didn't come all the way down there. If it bounces off, if it meets it or breaks it, then it could still be considered an uptrend. And then what happened? Well, it consolidated for a little while and it went back down again, okay? And it met down to this level. Now the big question is, did this level break the uptrend? And the answer is yes, barely, okay? They both sort of established themselves at that level and it started to go back up again. The arrow came out and it established itself. Now, I chose not to take this trade. Some people could have taken this trade and you would have possibly won. But my concept is that unless it's perfect, unless it's really sitting, I'm not just talking about like just right on the line and maybe possible. I want it to be perfect, okay? In order for it to be perfect, it has to do those things that I said. It has to follow that trend exactly. And when I follow that process, that's where I make my money. Now, how much money can Max make? Well, one, I don't know why I'm talking about myself in a third person. I'm right here. This was last week. It's not a lot of money. I'm only trading one contract because we're doing the incremental crawl process, okay? But this was last week. I didn't get to trade a lot last week. I had a lot of stuff happening, okay? And I'm probably not going to get to trade a lot this week either, but I'm going to attempt to try to trade as much as possible. When I was trading from August 2nd all the way down to August 13th, which is just a week ago when I started the incremental crawl, I made $2,577 using 10 contracts at a time on a live account. Okay? So there is something to be said for the process. Now, the hard part here is that finding what your process is. We have a client, his name is James. He has been regularly trading, found out that he really loves this process and only trades, minimal, probably maybe 3 to 4 times a day. And look at the numbers he's doing. This is from the 13th or the 12th of August. Okay, in 2 weeks, he's made $521 trading at one contract at a time. Now, imagine, how does he make in 2 weeks? How does he make? That's about $250 a week. That may not seem like a lot, but that's $1,000 a month extra in your pocket. If he started with $1,000, he just increased his process up by 50% for 2 weeks. And our concepts here, folks, is that you have to take this very seriously. Slowing it down is what's going to make it even better for you. And as you progress down your line of learning, you have to keep it real. We have another person. His name's Chris G. And Chris G, back on the 17th, this is him just starting out. Now, Chris G's been with me for a while, so he has an accelerated account, and he knows where he is at, right? And he decided he was going to start off with 2 and 3 contracts because that's where his line could start him at. But is this a good habit? Now, I'm not trying to call you out, Chris, really not. I'm just trying to let you know that, you start at 1, you go through. But listen, his account can handle the 2 to 3 contracts. So, and you can kind of see he settled in at 2 contracts, maybe knowing that the risk was a little bit too much with 3. Okay? But look what he did in a very short period of time. He's doing a pretty good rate here of I don't know how that came out to be, of about $200, $150 to $200 a day. Okay? Oh, that's his overall. That's why. Okay. You see? So pretty powerful. There's a lot to be said for those that slow it down and take it on. Now, you could go all at the place and just try to do whatever and figure it out yourself. And I'm not going to tell you this person's name, but this person kind of came in and just started really throwing a lot of caution to the wind. He's losing big trades, he's scalping out, and he's doing a whole bunch of things. And this is the same kind of training that's in there. Everybody gets the same stuff. You're watching the same videos, and you make that look. He did 50 contracts here. How could you ever get to a point where you could do 50 contracts? You'll never be able to do that. You're going to have $30,000, $40,000 in your account to be able to do that. I just heard the ding. Let me go over and have a look here real quick. Assess the market. See if we got anything good in placement. Let me just reload frame. That's probably quicker. There we go. Nothing really giving me the yummy feels. The USD JPY is finally returning back down to it's got out of its little level here, and now we've pierced this. This would have probably been a really good trade. Just to keep in mind, anytime that you get this tangent where you stay on a line for a long time and then these 2 down arrows stayed on that line, that first down arrow that's past that line, past that support, this is a good trade to take. So I want you to keep that in mind, that this is another good trade to take, even if it's 2 or 3 hours in, but as long as it's with your direction of your trend and it's past that support line good enough, okay, the arrow pierced down past the support line, then this looks like a pretty good trade. And that's been tested a few times. Okay? It's like something to this effect too, where we've been kind of staying at this line. This arrow was below that line, so I didn't take it. And this arrow was above it. I could have probably taken that N1 very easily from that point. All right. That's basically all I have for you today. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get into a trade. If I do happen to get into a trade, I'll try to come in after I get in and record some of the results. If not, then I'll be back again here tonight between 8 and 9 o'clock, as well as tomorrow. as a final update, I've been working really hard on trying to get a webinar system to work properly with everybody in delivery. I have a few things I'm going to be working on. Please be patient as we work on these things, but you'll definitely know that I'm doing my best. All right, I'm Max Farrell. This is Dex Trader. We'll see you next time, and as always, trade well.